Quick, what happens when nobody wants to join your shitty military and your shitty country? Quick, answer. Fast, hurry. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. My name is Anarchist, also known as Sir Killington of Colorstruck, also known as Johnny Cross. There's a bunch of different names. I'm going to go ahead and shut up. We're going to get right into it. I'm doing a review of Boots on Netflix. This is I guess you can say, a more modern, Full Metal Jacket retelling, from a gay guy's perspective. When I first turned this on, I was thinking it was going to be more of a critique of military culture, specifically the Marines, culture in general, not necessarily being straight up propaganda. But guess what? It's straight up propaganda. Yesterday, after returning from Grenada, I sat down and watched the entire series, all 8 episodes. It's about 8 hours of content. I watched it thoroughly with an open mind because, I was fresh off of vacation. I had nothing to hate. I just, and I realized almost immediately. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. If you do not like spoilers, I am advising you right now to go ahead and get out right now. Now, if you're wondering why I'm doing this video, here's a picture of me after receiving a brain injury in Afghanistan in 2012. Now, just to let you guys know, this is going to be a quick, fast review. I could do an in-depth one. Just let me know if that's what you want me to do in the comments. Tell me in the comments what you think. Tell me if you want to see a more in-depth where I go from character and point out where it becomes propaganda opposed to just being telling a good story or that sort of thing. Now, this piece of media feels like an emotional Band-Aid. What do I mean by emotional Band-Aid? It feels as though it's just patching up all the shit that Donald Trump administration has dug up in the United States of America, specifically the United States military. Because as we know, not too long ago, they got rid of the transgenders. If you were transgender, you had to go, that sort of thing. And it seems as though it's going back to the point where in this show, Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Cope, the main character, joins the military during Don't Ask, Don't Tell. What is that? That means you don't ask, you don't tell whether you gay, homosexual, trans, bi, that sort of thing. You shut the fuck up. You don't tell nobody nothing. You have to remain oppressed and closeted. But if somebody finds out, you can also be thrown out of said military. Now, it feels as though, again, that's where we're going, and this is a Band-Aid towards that. The story itself is geared towards the oppressed, or people you would call DEIs. That's gay, LGBT people, that's black, Latino, Asian, everybody who's not a straight white person. Every single story, every single character has something that is made specifically to grab the audience, to relate to somebody. For example, the black character, I believe his last name is Nash. He is a college student. He is going to Howard. His family is affluent. He is educated, that sort of thing. He joined the military because, I just want to, everybody has a way to, their own way, and I want to change the world this way and that sort of thing. And I want to be I want to be the president of the United States, that sort of thing. At least that's what he hinted towards, He even mentions how when Jesse Jackson ran for president, that his lack of military record was used against him. Now, this is a problem, again, because it doesn't matter. Every black person knows it doesn't matter what your record is. It doesn't matter if you went to Howard or Harvard. It doesn't matter where you went. If you are challenging the establishment, you're trying to challenge the status quo, they're going to find something about you and harp on it. They did it with Obama. Obviously, this story takes place way before Obama, but they did it with Obama. The whole reason why the country is in the turmoil it's in now is because they did not want to give over the fact that Obama was a very much qualified man to run for the president of the United States. So they tried to make up any and everything, and it became the Tea Party became the MAGA. And that's what we're dealing with now. The whole, he was born in Kenya thing. Like, that birthed into what we are at now. So, the entire character cast is a diverse set of identifiable characters, narratives, people, stories, that sort of thing. And that usually makes up a good story when the story feels like it's being done in good faith. However, this story does not feel like it's being done in good faith. It feels like it's being done in bad faith, and it's specifically there to recruit people to join. It doesn't really feel like it's there to help anybody. You know, if I will use Jarhead. That's a good story because it shows, even though it's a piece of propaganda, it shows you the evils equally to the goods. Yeah, there's brotherhood in this, but there are real negatives to doing these things, right? If you're going to tell us the whole thing. Like, for example, Full Metal Jacket is a really good telling of that because it shows you the evils all the way through. All the way through. It doesn't show you just what you want to see. It doesn't show you just the brotherhood. It doesn't show you the 100% feel good story. It shows you everything, all the way down to when you end up having to end a child during a wartime. So this piece of artwork is a large body of propaganda that is specifically set to pull in what people are now calling the DEIs, if I haven't already said that. And it's too obvious, and it's such a piece of propaganda. I can't state that enough. You know, when you do join the military, you do get a brotherhood, but you don't know how long that brotherhood is going to be. You know, I've had a brother off himself that I think about nearly every day. You know, I'm getting a little, teary-eyed right now thinking about them. But even then, some of my best friends come from the military, and I'm glad I joined to some extent, but there does need to be an equal bad to there is good, because when you make everything seem like it's all good, you're tricking people. And that's going to be it, you guys. This is my small review of Boots. And if you want me to do a more in-depth of each character and each story arc, I will do it. Give me, 20 comments and 100 likes, and I'll do it. I will do it. However, I need the engagement. And if I don't get the engagement, then I can't, there's no point in me putting my energy into it, But I would really like to do that for you guys. However, let me know what you think in the comments. What did you think about this? Did you see it? Did you watch it? Hopefully you'll watch it and with a open mind, okay? All right. Y'all be easy now. Peace.
The bamboo earrings, baby.